Hello, Scorpio gang. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards. So this is going to be a general message for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, guys. Please take only the messages that resonate with you, messages that speak to you, motivate you, inspire you. If anything feels strange or foreign, please release those messages. Just have faith they're going out to someone else, and maybe it's not your message this week, okay? I do hope there's lots in this reading, though, that you can take away and at least think upon. So let's connect with the Scorpio gang out there. Do I need to tell you anything else? Welcome. Happy to have you. These are timeless readings. I feel like I'm missing something, but check out the box below. I think most of you know the drill. We'll take those. They flew right out. All right, let's see. Ooh, starting off with the Nine of Cups. Hello, Scorpio. Oh my God, Scorpio, you're kind of crushing it. 3 cards in, and I'm already all over it. So you have the Wish Fulfillment card, you have 9 of Cups, you have the Fool, meaning embracing a new start, a new beginning, releasing yourself from old people, old situations, old expectations, and you're leaping in head first, right? Look at this, down the rabbit hole. You know what awaits you down there? A lot of adventure for one thing, and some unknown. And I think this is a theme that has been coming up a lot, and it just, to me, it makes sense in Aries season. Aries is a fire sign. It's the start of the zodiac. It is the initiator. It is the motivator. After a long winter, it's the idea of spring. It's rebirth, right? So there's a lot of enthusiasm to just do it. Just go for it. And I know that a lot of times it's easy to talk ourselves out of that because we have trepidation. We have fear. Our logic kicks in and starts saying, well, this is my intuition right? Should I be talking myself out of it? In this scenario, it seems like what you're leaping into, I think you're going to find wish fulfillment in it. So just be open to, I guess, altering your plans unexpectedly. I don't see anything coming up here that's like, oh my gosh, no, how could this happen? It's really the opposite. It's that it's almost like you have your eye on the prize and you have your mindset fixated to go and do something. And rather than talking yourself out of it, just have faith that if you feel so called towards something, the universe is probably backing you up, right? Usually if there's something we want and we're trying to get to it, we're met with a lot of obstacle and opposition and delay and stagnancy. Usually there's a sign in there from the universe saying, maybe not quite yet, or maybe not quite this way, or maybe we need to rethink it. Here it seems like an opportunity, a rabbit hole in metaphor presents itself, and you just hop right in. It's like there's no opposition at all. And I guess what I'm saying is I think whatever you're going towards, whatever this is, even if it's just, a fun play date with friends or whatever, right? I'm talking to you like you're 6 years old. You know what I mean. Play date. I think the end goal is great and it's motivating you enough to get, or it's the initiator of this action, but I wouldn't be surprised if along the way you align to something even better or just something you simply find a lot of enjoyment in. Again, I hate to beat a dead horse and overuse these kind of cheesy things, but this to me is very much like, it's not always about the destination, it's about, the trip along the way. And that's what I mean. I don't think this is your ultimate destination. I think this is a happy surprise along the way. I think this is your ultimate destination, King of Pentacles. So for some of you, Pentacles may have to do with something regarding a large chunk of money, your finances. It could be someone who's very good with their finances. It could be talking to someone about a big home or a big investment. I meant purchasing a home. I don't know why I said talking about a big home, but purchasing a home, something to do with a big financial investment. It could be going for a big job. This could be talking, something about applying for a job and going through the interview process, especially if that job has a lot of weight, a lot of value to it. I think it's funny, this is not a bad message. If anything, it seems like you have 2 good opportunities. One, I think it's very much in alignment with your goal, your strategy. It's like there seems to be a very clear sense about what you're going after. Even if, despite that message, there's a little bit of I'm just going to wing it. I hope that makes sense. With the Fool, it's like it's not that you've planned everything out, but an opportunity presents itself and you're just in a good way, not in a irresponsible way. There's almost just fuck it, I'm gonna apply. Maybe I will get the job. Maybe I don't have X amount of years experience, but my work speaks for itself, so why the heck wouldn't I? That's what I mean. There's a very lighthearted, I'm just gonna take a risk, because in a sense it's you have nothing to lose. More or less, I think you're still being met with a gatekeeper who essentially is going to be yes, come in the door, or don't. But that's what I mean. Aries season is just why not? Let's do it. Because something along the way may pan out that you don't even see coming yet. I am going to clarify this, but I don't know why I just keep getting that message. It's on the path to this goal, desire, job, person, fill in the blank, whatever this game plan is. again, I really want to reiterate the idea of be flexible, be open to changing your plan. This is not devastating, though I would argue it's all a matter of your perspective. Like, let's just, for a dumb metaphor, saying, you're going on a road trip to get to, some city, let's say Miami, right? If for some reason along the way in your road trip you have a flat tire and you have to spend the night, in this place, it's like without even knowing it, you may connect with a soulmate, or you may meet an old friend from college at that bar that one time. Like, there's something very unexpected that you're like, ooh, I didn't see that coming, but I really like it. All right, let's get you some more detail. I know this is lacking specifics, but that's what I mean. It's not a message to be like, oh man, it's just be open to change, be flexible, I'm almost getting like mutable, which you are not, you are fixed. So obviously that's a very good indication of why this reading is coming up. Is for some of my Scorpios, maybe you have a tendency to be a little bit stubborn, or to be very precious about the game plan. Release yourself from that tight control, release control, because things come to you in unexpected, beautiful ways. I really like that. All right, so tell me a little bit more about each, I guess. It's funny, this is similar to Cancer's reading in that they had two big things, but it had to do more with relationships, and this certainly could be too, Maybe you're all excited about an earth sign, but then you connect with a water sign and you're like, ooh, but I like them better. Yours, I don't know, there's something about this. This seems almost more career-esque, so you get to choose. This is your tarot reading, Scorpio. So let's talk first about, we'll just go in order. Now, see, I'm sorry, I'm going to do this one, because this is the one you already know about, or most of you will at some point when you take this leap of faith to go on this job interview or something. You just feel called to it. That's the best I can describe it. Yeah, and there's like no sense of talking yourself out of it, because it's like something aligned and you're just so certain, like, this is happening for a reason, so I would be crazy. I just keep wanting to say to not go on this job interview. To go meet with this person who I feel like in the past you may have had this idea of who they were, or a sense of intimidation, or there's something about they're in a position of authority, but you're coming in like guns a-blazing, and there's like this amazing confidence about you that, like, I feel like you are great at reading a room anyway, right? Especially being not only a water sign, but a Scorpio. You can read the room and you can pick up on the vibe. And I almost think that makes you ideal for this position, because I don't know if it has to do with marketing or whatever it is, catering to your clientele, your audience. You know exactly what this person wants to hear and needs to hear. And like, you're going to crush it. You're going to deliver it. This is probably a job interview. Interesting. The Hermit. The Hermit is riding on horse in this. I don't think I've ever seen that in tarot. This deck is relatively new. It's like one Alice in Wonderland tarot. Anyway. I'm wanting to say my age-old thing of, okay, well, horses always bring change and movement. That's typically what a knight represents, but this is the Hermit. So this is coming out of seclusion. You may have been doing a lot of introspection or a lot of internal work, or just, I mean, as dumb as it sounds, like work on your own, working on your resume, building your website, applying to jobs, things where you're quite physically and literally just alone. And now it's like you're coming out. There's like a grand entrance. The closer you get, there's the potential for you to feel a little bit, I'm hearing the word stimulated. I think it's like you're on this high of energy, so just, and I'm literally being told to tell you, don't drink too much coffee, because you're going to be overly like, do you know what I mean? Like you're going to be super, not buzzed, but you know what I mean? Like overhyped. You need to come in and like have that kind of like that cool, chill, mysterious Scorpio vibe to win this person over. But this person sees you and they're very excited. The way I'm looking at this, like if this is you riding on horseback, there's like a grandiose entrance to the way you come into this interview or whatever it is. And maybe this is a date, right? Maybe maybe you're going out to meet that person who you've been chatting with, right? Do you see how it's like they're like, yes, come closer. It's like, I like what I see. Let me like bring it closer. Let me get a look at you, Scorpio, right? In that sense, it actually seems a little bit kind of, sexy and naughty. But you don't even have to do much. You have a vibe. You have a presence about you. All right, give me a few more. Chatty. Okay, so I think, to no one's surprise, based on where this narrative kind of seems to be going, This one comes in before you even get to that one. So here's what, in my opinion of these cards, what happens is it's very likely this person wants to bring you on board. It's very likely that you guys hit it off. There's a good connection. There's a good, yes, I want to work for you. Will you come on board? Blah, blah, blah. Three of Cups. Like the vibe is right. The energy is good. People are celebrating. People are excited. It feels like a win. It feels like a victory. It seems like a reason to celebrate for some reason or another. But I think you, as much as excited as you are, you're a little bit more reserved, or something. I'm hearing the word poker face. You're not really letting your cards show because you know that there's another option. This isn't the final option. And so I don't think you're not excited about it. I think you are, but it's almost like now it comes decision time. It was so easy to rush into this opportunity and just be like, yeah, sure, I have nothing to lose. And it's a very interesting energy because someone like this, it was like, well, win or lose, whatever, I'm going to make the best of it. That's very fool-like. But I also think you go in and you know you got it. I don't think you're surprised that you got it because I just keep getting the vibe is right. The connection is right. But I guess okay, here's what it is. I think it just becomes more serious because now you actually have to make a decision and decide who you're going to move forward with. This is really like the Cancer reading. So maybe some of you are dealing with a Cancer. I would offer this could potentially be an Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially a male one, but it doesn't have to be. Again, for a lot of you, this is like a boss or a job interview. And again, these are collective, I shouldn't say collective, but Scorpio general readings. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, right? Most of you, the connection here is strong. Temperance is like, this is a blessing. Like the angels are sort of guiding you and overseeing this. You may have to take some sort of risk of coming out, if that makes any sense. Putting yourself out there, being more in public, being more flashy. Aries season, right? Being independent, the trailblazer, putting yourself out there, no risk, no reward. The thing is, I don't think you have a ton of trepidation about that. I think maybe there's a little bit. There's a little bit of nerves, a little bit of anxiety. I think that's why I was being told to say, watch the coffee. There's something about if you're down in coffee, you're going to be supercharged and it's going to make you kind of messy. But anyway, let's talk about this other thing. This is turning into a longer reading than I want. But like, it's so good, I want to give you all that I can. I'm curious about this Temperance thing. Also a card of Sagittarius, by the way, so confirmation for some of you. It really is about knowing that what you offer to this company is big, so make sure that you're looking at it like that. Don't put the power with the boss or the company of, well, what are they going to offer to me? Because immediately it puts you in like the lower tier of, well, I'm just the employee. No, it's like, I just think for your own psychology walking in, it's like you need to know that you have your shit together and you bring a lot to the table. So more or less, it's like when they make you the offer, in a really, again, Aries type way, it's about the ego. It's about the identity. It's about you. It's about, does this suit me? Like, can I make room for this job, for this person in my life? It shouldn't be the opposite. And I'm just being told to say it very specifically because I think that's going to help you decide which option or which route to take. Tell me about this other one that comes unexpectedly. I just keep wanting to say out of nowhere. And I know this is so silly, but I keep getting something about the metaphor of meeting someone in a bar or a restaurant or a cafe. And I know that sounds like cheesy rom-com, but there's something to that. Like you bump into someone who you may or may not already know, but it's a connection that has a lot of potential to grow into something throughout the years. So maybe you just swap business cards with someone randomly, right, at a bar. That could be a connection that actually pans out for you in the future. And you don't necessarily have all the details yet, but it's big and it's good. Yeah, this has to do with some sort of unexpected block or delay in getting here. And to be clear, I think you will still get here. If anything, this is telling you practice patience. Like the universe is not denying you of this. They're not saying no. So, I mean, on the off chance this is like, again, the stupid metaphor of like flat tire on your way to the interview. Some way or another, it's going to pan out where you get to step in front of this person or you get to speak to this boss or, again, go on the date. That will happen. And again, I think the connection is there. I think it's good. Even if it gets delayed, even if it's like, oh, we have to reschedule you for 2 weeks. Again, do not have this defeatist attitude. Understand, okay, this is what the universe wants. I'm just going to be easy peasy. Go with the flow. Because eventually you will get this opportunity again. I think if anything, this delay or obstacle or opposition in this is actually to align you to something bigger, possibly the wish fulfillment card. literally getting lost directions. Some of you, it's like you're going to miss an appointment or miss a time slot because your GPS was like rerouting in the wrong way or something like that. Or you're just in unfamiliar territory, like you literally take a left when you were supposed to take a right and it throws off your trajectory. Tell me a little bit more about this. Page of Cups. Yeah, this is a small offer. It may be like a small connection or a small flirtation, but you see a lot of value in it. This feels like big, especially in terms of the value or the ticket item, the ticket price, quite literally something to do with money. This one may offer you a lot more, but in terms of your long-term fulfillment, this one actually may offer you a sense of, what is the word? Fulfillment. And I think you already know that too. I mean, I can already tell this is kind of one of those like future readings because I don't think all of you know exactly what this is yet. And that's okay. You know, no harm in hearing it out. Let's wrap this up though. Like I want to get kind of to the nuts and bolts, what I can tell. Give me one more card on this unexpected blessing that finds its way in. It may involve working with children for some of you, or I don't think that was correct for most of you. I think it has to do with something from your childhood, or more than likely someone you know from your childhood. And it may end up being romantic. And it doesn't have to be. Again, you can choose how you want to view this, but this is just as good a connection as this one, if not better, because there's better compatibility here. If this has to do with your work scenario, it's not to say this isn't good. I think you guys would happily work this job for a while because the money or the paycheck is so good, the benefits are good, you know, that kind of like earthly material things that matter to contribute to the stability of your life. It checks the boxes. I think the fun of it, and I don't mean to put a damper on this, but I think the fun and celebratory nature would taper off a lot quicker than it would at this one. But this one you would have to work harder to construct because it doesn't come in as the full-on oak tree, the way the King of Pentacles does. This one comes in as like the acorn. But this could be some sort of risky thing that you guys decide to move forward. Almost like a startup company with like, I don't know, a best friend or someone you knew in college, or some opportunity with a friend where maybe they've already laid the groundwork and they're bringing you on board to their company. And maybe because it is so small, they can offer you a decent amount of whatever, like credit in that company, or what do you call that? There's a word for that. But anyway, I don't know, I kind of like this too, and certainly because it is being shown with Two of Cups, compatibility, you know, lovebirds, dating, flirting. If this is just meeting up with, let's just say your earth sign for a date, you probably still will, but it's almost like you match with someone else in the meantime, and it's like the conversation is just on fire. And to the point where it's like, oh my God, like I kind of want to meet this person first. And again, I think you will. I really get the vibe of you meet this one before that one, but I think you still end up circling back just to make sure. Which kind of sounds, I'm not even going to go there. But because you don't want to look back and regret, I think you want to give them both equal opportunity, but I just sense there's a lot more cups on this side, and it's almost intuitive. With the Two of Swords, it's like there's no other signals cluing this person into what is right or what is correct or what is true. They have to rely on their gut and their intuition, and even though your intuition says, this one's slightly more risky, it also feels like there would be more gratification and enjoyment in it. That's the best I can describe it, guys. This may involve a Libra or a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, this one has a lot of Sagittarius and Earth. You also have Virgo here with the Hermit, and then again, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, I mean, this is not the worst reading, Scorpio. You have options. So I can tell that Temperance is you trying to decide, and you do have cards of indecision, this one or that one, which has been a huge theme, which kind of makes sense to me because of that Libra moon. I mean, in kind of a snarky way, Libras are known to be very indecisive, right? Because they're constantly weighing out the scales and needing balance and harmony, right? So flat out, I mean, this shouldn't come as a surprise if you followed my channel. There is no wrong choice, right? You move forward with what you feel called towards, and I mean, you can always course correct. It might not be with the exact same opportunities. You know, it's possible that in time this role will get filled, even though you took that one. But I mean, live and learn. You have no way of knowing what will work out. You just have to trust your gut and move forward confidently. And there's no point in looking back and doing the shoulda, coulda, woulda. It will never serve you, ever. If it was truly an opportunity that you missed out on, it will come back around again, Scorp. I promise you. So this is not a time to fear or panic that you have options. This is a time to celebrate that the universe is throwing you multiple avenues of blessings. And that has been a theme this week in a lot of my readings. So welcome to the club. All right. Can I give Scorpio any last advice or guidance, one on each side? Are they leaning towards something, or I'm just going to leave it up to the universe? Give me one more card on each, and I'm going to weigh those two out against each other, just in terms of where they rank or what my gut reaction is to them. All right. Interesting. 10 of Cups. It's possible one opportunity may have to do with a family inheritance, inheriting a family, or something. It's interesting because this one has the 10 of Cups. And the thing is, this opportunity is great. You know, 3 of Cups. I even like the Hermit. It's something you may end up working by yourself a lot at this job, or not. Sort of the idea of not feeling like your boss is breathing down your neck, like there would be distance. And mutual respect, too, if that makes any sense. Like, you may bring something new and innovative. I think you would be well respected here. It may even, because he's showing up on a horse, I just think that's important. It may have more travel opportunities or bigger allowance of vacation time that allow you to travel and allow you to see family. It may have great benefits for your family. It could do something with 10 of Cups is like family, but also it's magical, fairy tale ending, Cinderella story. So, I mean, that has really great vibes. This one has Knight of Swords. Which I don't know why. I do really like this one. I think it's possible that you have to be more clever. I don't know if that's the right word. There's more of a risk here. Absolutely, there's more of a risk, but with higher risk, it might just lead to higher reward. And I mean, again, this really does sort of emphasize the fact that there are no wrong decisions. Both could potentially be your wish fulfillment, but I guess what I'm getting at is this one starts off really great, but it may require a lot of heavy work and endurance where that enjoyment slowly tapers off, and it may get to a point where it kind of fizzles out a bit. This one, I think there would be a lot of pleasure and fulfillment in slowly building and it becoming something bigger and bigger, but it is going to take a lot of effort and almost something about getting a lot of communication out there, spreading word about this business or something of the sort. It would take more work, but it would be more of an adventure. I think it would be a little bit more lively. So for my Scorpios who have a big adventure streak in them, I think a lot of you will choose this one. For others of you who you want like maybe the cozy 9 to 5, you want to make sure your family is taken care of, this looks like a great opportunity too. If this is romantic, I'm going to do the same thing and then we'll wrap it up. One on this left side. If this is romantic, any last advice or guidance? Ooh, 5 of Cups. So I don't know if I love that. It's out of reach. If there's something right beside you that you're already missing. Oh, okay. So that may... Okay, hold on one sec. This was something that has always been in your life or very easily available to you, but you didn't see it. And that's what I mean. That whole metaphor of this is someone you already knew in college or you grew up with. Maybe they've been out of your life for 20 years, but there's something very important about they've always kind of been there. You've always known about their existence. So something circles back around where it changes your perspective or it changes your mind and you start to see them. That's the 2 of Cups. Do you understand how she's reaching to the top and she's determined to get those cups that are spilled? They're empty. There's void. There's no good love in them. But she has something beside her if she could just look. That's what I mean. Like the idea of changing or course correcting unexpectedly, having to be, in that hotel that one night or what. This is dumb metaphors. But you know what I mean? Like that's what that 2 of Cups is. Be open to unusual but really exciting surprises. And then for this one might not be new or brand new. I don't know. And this one, tell me about this. Feels like a more earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but especially Virgo. I just get a sense you would end up doing a lot of work in this relationship. And eventually, yeah, It may involve a Capricorn. A lot of earth energy here. This is not negative or positive. This just simply is the vibe I'm getting. There's nothing bad about this. I think in the long run, either the excitement or enthusiasm tapers off, or you just simply change your mind. And it's not this drag out, beat up fight or whatever that expression is. It's like slowly you start to realize, like, I think emotionally I'm moving away from this. And so I think you may end up cutting it off because I don't know, there's a difference of opinion with this person. And again, it's nothing bad, especially if this is a job. It could provide you a job for 5 or 10 years or whatever, but I think eventually you would choose to leave on your own accord. And again, you hold the sword, you hold the power. So there's nothing wrong with exploring this. My gut reactions is a lot of you are going to go with this, and there is something kind of familiar about it, and I think that gives you a sense of peace of mind, but it's also... There's also the ability for it to grow and be fresh and like renew itself. Again, there's like a sense of adventure about this where there's more intrigue or curiosity about this one. This one, it's kind of what you see is what you get. And I don't mean to offend my cross-watching earth signs. Maybe Scorpio will choose you. I almost said the opposite because Sagittarius is here. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. 6 of Swords usually to me is moving on, and ultimately kind of it does indicate like an ending or a departure from something to the one. So that's sort of why I'm like, I think eventually you may end up moving away from this. But again, there's nothing wrong with exploring it because then essentially you never have that sense of, well, should I have done it or should I have asked them out or should I? Because I think eventually you will move towards this and figure out what you need to figure out. And with that knowledge, you're going to move forward with whoever feels right to you, trust your intuition. What about the Capricorn? 4 of Cups. I don't know if the Capricorn is loving it, or vice versa. So someone feels disrespected or mocked. They feel like they're being made fun of, or someone played with their heart, or someone was foolish with their words and kind of hurt their emotions. Yeah, something with the Capricorn is a little bit off, so to be discovered. Book a personal reading if you want to know more about that. Other than that, I'm going to wrap you up, Scorpio. This was a great reading. I'm so happy for you. So if it does resonate for you, if you made it this far, hit the like button. I would super duper appreciate it. Other than that, Scorpio, I will see you next Monday for more tarot. I hope you enjoy your Libra full moon. Moon's heading into Scorpio soon. All right. I'll see you guys soon. All the best. Bye.